Yo, Source was good. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, we back. We back. Technical difficulties and all. We are back in effect for another episode of Know the Ledge, part of the SBP segment. And today we are going to do a 2025 mixtape. Source and I are going to go back and look at our favorite songs from 2025 in the hip hop world. We're going to put it out there and let y'all know how we feel. Some you may have heard of, some you may not have heard of, but these are our favorites. So, how many did you come up with?
I mean, it's 2025, so I came up with 25.
Kill 25. Gotcha. Well, I came up with 20, but it's cool. I
Okay.
came up with 20. I just narrowed my 20. If you want to put your whole 25 just out there, that's fine. It's 20, whatever. But I came up with my favorite 20, and that's what I'm gonna roll with. And I guess what probably the best thing to do, and we can discuss that later, is when we get to the TikTok portion on your show. When we get over there, I'm thinking might for this particular segment, being that these songs are so new, that maybe instead of us 100% narrowing it down to 10, I said maybe the easier route for this one would probably we pick our favorite 10 each and just make a 20 song mixtape for that one. What you think?
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we do that. We do a 20 that way because you know the other ones that we've done have been great, but most of those songs got a lot of age on them. So we didn't heard these songs a billion times. Still listen to them. A lot of the stuff that just came out this past year, we've only really had for a year or less, and we might like the songs, but they don't. All of them don't hold the same weight as say of back when we were Eric B and Rakim track, MC. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. But we can get to that point. We can do our top 10, 12, whatever, when we get to that point. But
Okay.
I figure today we run through, what we got, what songs caught our ear, what songs we probably listen to the most, um, throughout 2025 and still listening to. And we just go from there.
Sound like a winner.
All right, all right. As always, if you're checking us out, you can always catch us here. And we are on the Facebook group, the SBP. Sports talk is our thing over there, but hip hop, television, and movies are always in play. Also, you can catch us on our YouTube page, where some of you will catch this. Is the SBP TV. So come through, check us out. And if you ever want to jump on the show with us, hit us up. Information is over on in the Facebook group, right? And you can get on. So let's get this thing kicked off, man. Let's get this thing kicked off with track number one. Um, you want to go first, or let me go first?
You go first, Brian. I want to hear where you're starting off, and then I'm gonna just jump around in my list.
So what I'm gonna do is in this list is that I know in some of the on the other shows sometimes I have a backup or replacement. I'm not doing a backup or replacement on this list. If we end up with any of the same songs, for me that's what it's gonna be.
Okay.
All right,
Perfect.
that's what it's gonna be, and it's gonna ride with that. But so number one for me, I'm gonna take it straight to "Let God Sort Them Out," the Clips. That's the Chandeliers joint. Yeah, so I'm coming out the box number one with that joint right there. That was one of my favorite joints of 2025.
What song?
What's it? What is it? Chandeliers? It's like let God send them out. They said chandelier. Was it chandelier? I believe it is.
Gotcha. Hold
Yeah.
on. Is that the name of the song? I
Pretty
can't remember
sure.
the name of
Let's
the
look
song.
it up. I always call it the chandelier song. That's what I know. So let's see here. Look it up.
Chains and Whips? No.
Oh,
You talk about actually let God sort them out. Chandeliers. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. That was my joint. That was my joint. That joint grabbed me the second I heard it. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm not mad at that. All right. Dang, that's a long title. I'm trying to write
Yeah.
that down. All right. All right. So where am I starting? Let me go get back to my list. Let me see. What's a song that I know is on my list that I definitely like? Even if I scale back to 20, it ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna start out with gonna go ransom. I'm gonna go ransom off the joint. He had 3 projects last year.
Yeah.
This one is off the one with DJ Premier. I'm going with Amazing Graces.
Ah, I do know that sound. That's a dope pick right there. Um, dope pick right there. Didn't have it on my list, but yeah, that's dope right there. Did that joint grab you when you first heard it?
Yeah, as soon as I heard the beat. Boom,
That was it.
boom, boom. Here's the messed up part.
What's that?
You weren't there. No, you weren't there at the live Beat Cypher joint, right?
No.
Okay. So I work on. I mean, I've recorded a couple songs in the last couple years. A couple, not many, but one of them, my man Doc. Shout out to my man Doc, Just Plain Todd. He did the beat, and he was part of the Beat Cypher, the live Beat Cypher that we did during the Source Summer Series. He played the beat from the song, and I came up. It was the last beat, so I rhymed to it. The verse from the song that we recorded.
Right.
I did it first, just for the record. But in my joint, I started referencing Gangstar and Gangstar songs and albums. In Amazing Graces, Ransom does the exact same thing. I did it first. He ain't never heard my version, obviously, but I did it. So when that joint, if and when anybody ever hears that joint, just know I did it first. But shout out to Ransom.
That was you.
That was me, cuz.
Word up. Word up. All right, so we're at number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm coming out with this one, man, because instantly, when I first heard it, it instantly became my favorite song. I knew it was gonna be my favorite song on the whole album. And I had to hit the Light Years joint up with Nas and Primo, and it was Pause Tapes.
Woo!
Yeah, I had to go with Pause Tapes, man. And I knew as soon as I heard it, I said, nothing else on this record, even though I love the whole record, the whole album, but I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like any more than I like this song, and that's proven to be true because Nas just flips it. He was in his bag. Like not Nas been just forget just being on everybody's record. When he just been out there, he just been out there. Like he's been in his bag, man. And this one kind of takes us back to the essence of being. It reminded me of Hungry Nas too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That early Nas, when he first was really trying to make his way in the game, he was a youngin'. So, without a doubt, Pause Tapes is my joint. That's my favorite song on the Light Years.
So Pause Tapes was on my list as well. So I like that.
Press record, then press pause, then restart, record, loop, repeat. Come on, man. Like, we about 20 times when I made my first beat.
I'm gonna stick with the Light Years album since you here. I'm gonna stick with the Light Years album. We like to represent for the ladies, and the way Nas and Primo got down for the ladies on this joint with the dedication joint Bouquet. I love that song, and that is on my list.
Gotcha. Another dope pick right there. Can't go wrong. I like that song when I first heard it. Now I just love that song. Like, man, I like really love that song. It's definitely, as far as my faves on that album, it's definitely in my top 3.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely in my top 3. Next up for me, though, and you should know, it was coming just because of who it is, but this may very well be on your list. I'm thinking it could be on your list, but I definitely went with Smith and Wesson with your boy Pharoah Monch. I went with that Medina joint off the Infinity album.
You know that's on my list.
Yeah, I went with that joint heavy. I still rock with that heavy.
Yes,
but I knew it was coming. Nothing else is a dope song, but I said your boy on that too.
Exactly, dope song.
I know Source got this on his list. I know he has this on his list. So.
Be Crazy and Monch on that joint. Shout out to Monch. Hey, listen, man. External affairs, please. Will you stop playing with the people? External affairs. How many years we got to ask for this joint? Like, you getting into Muddy Waters 2 detox type waters with your waiting on this joint or whatever the case may be. I'm sure it's a legitimate reason, but I don't care. Drop the album, please, respectfully. All right, back to my list. Um, this song actually, I heard it in 2024. So, but I'm putting it in here because it's on the album from 2025. It's
Right.
yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna put it in there. I'm gonna mention it real quick though. Um, Exhibit, Play This at My Funeral. That joint is
Ooh.
fire to me. That joint is fire. It's the first song on his album Kingmaker that came
Uh-huh.
out last year. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna put it on the list just because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Should I put it on the list?
Why not?
Because I heard it in 2024.
But it won't release until
The album didn't come out till 2025.
yeah. I've done it more than a few times on the previous shows, so I think it qualifies if that's what you want to do. I
All
believe
right.
in the SBP rules it qualifies.
Well, that's it. I'm going with it then.
Nice, nice. My next joint, dog, would be kind of a surprise, but I don't know. You know me, I'm always out the box a little bit, and for me, everything ain't got to be hard or super hard beat. But this
Hmm.
joint right here is a catchy. The vibe is catchy. Actually, what the MC is actually spitting is catchy because he's not somebody that's really known for lyrics. It's just a whole vibe for me, a whole groove. And I had to take it to my man Kwame, man. Like the different kids. It's a joint they call Hello Anybody. That joint to me is so fire.
Mm.
Like it's so fire. The album is okay. I mean, it's Kwame, it's okay. But that joint right there, without a doubt, is one of my absolute favorite songs of 2025. Hello, anybody? Yes, that's my joint.
Shout out to Kwame.
Yes, sir.
Kwame, I need Kwame on the show too, man. I need Kwame on sessions
I
with
believe you
Source.
can get him too, man. I believe you can get him.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try.
Work on that. I'll be tuned in.
Yes, sir. One of my favorite songs since early this year. I don't have any. Okay, I don't dislike either MC, and
Hmm.
I love the producer, but I don't have it. Like I don't really listen to Larry June like that.
Right,
I don't really listen to Two Chains just in general. Like I don't sit around and listen to Two Chains like that.
right.
But the Larry June Two Chains joint, Alchemist on the beat because he did the whole project. Jean Prouvé is my joint.
Okay.
That's my joint. That joint is fire to me. So Jean Prouvé is on my list. Definitely.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Some things you just feel strong about.
Yes. Since the beginning, since the first time I heard that joint. The rest of the album is cool. I know some people love it. It's cool. But that joint, yeah, that joint fire.
All right. So what does that leave up next to me? When I'm on number five.
Mm-hmm.
Number five. Another joint that's kind of deep to me that I really love everything about would be the Cabin in the Sky album, the Daylight joint with Primo on it, the Sunny Storms joint.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, I like that Sunny Storms joint. Another joint that I liked instantly when I heard it, and I was like, hey, this could be my joint right here. It's gonna be one of my joints, but it turns out, as far as the album concerned, that is my joint. So, Sunny Storms. Shout out to Daylight.
Yeah.
Give it up.
Dope pick. Dope pick. Since you brought up the album, shout out to Daylight. Salute Daylight, Cabin in the Sky. Thank you, Dave. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
True Goy. I'll stick with that album. I I figured Nas was gonna get up in here some type of way. Well, outside of the album with Primo.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going with Run It Back on the De La album
Woo,
featuring Nas. Run It
woo.
Back.
Almost made my list when I was narrowing it down to the 20, but it almost made my list. It's fire.
Yeah.
It is fire.
All right. So real quick, Fran, we 5 songs in a piece. You
Yep.
you have Let God Sort 'Em Out / Chandeliers, Pulse Tapes, Medina, Hello Anybody, and Sunny Storms.
Yep.
I have Amazing Graces, Bouquet, Play This at My Funeral, Jean Prouvé, and Run It Back.
That's fire alone. That's all fire. I can
Yeah,
make that tape right now just walking
right.
out. For real, like just that's right there. Them 10 joints right there get
That's
me up
pretty
and
good
down the street easy.
for sure.
Um, so what's up? Let me see. Back on me. I'm gonna go with Smith and Wesson again. Shout out to Buckshot and Strickland on the Infinity joint was On My Soul.
Mm.
That On My Soul joint. The more that's one of them joints that I'm not gonna say it was instantly one of my favorites. I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was cool. Normally what I would expect from hearing a Buckshot, Smith and Wesson joint. But the more and more I played the album, that joint just steady kind of moved up the charts a little bit for me.
Gotcha.
I see. Started to give me that old Buckshot feeling a little bit, you know. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely rocking with this. So it quickly climbed the list to be up there for me on that album. So yeah, On My Soul.
Gotcha. Dope, dope, dope.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go one of my MVP can I had Nas as the MVP of 2025 in hip hop. Another candidate for that
Yes.
spot was Ransom, who I mentioned earlier. But another candidate for that spot is the guy whose song I'm about to mention. He had what, four? He did four things last year.
Mm.
Hills Have Eyes 12, Hills Have Eyes 2, Hills Have Eyes 3,
Mm-hmm.
and he got this joint with Skyzoo called
Mm.
Aunt Gina. So I'm going with Aunt Gina.
Whew. I didn't see that one coming, but that's fire.
Yeah, I rock with West Side Gun for real. Like
Yeah.
he's my favorite of Griselda, even
Griselda.
though he talk crazy sometimes. And
And all of them talk crazy, but he do talk real crazy.
him and Conway last
Yeah.
year, they both said something to the effect of "I spit on your daughter." I was like, "Come on, bro!"
Come on,
Like,
man. Yeah.
hurt my soul a little bit, but I ain't. It is what it is. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Aunt Gina tough.
I'm not gonna lie though. I think sometimes it's just when you have morals, right? And you got daughters like we both do.
Right.
Sometimes these artists will say certain things, and I'm like, come on, dog. And I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie, a couple of joints I was even hesitant to say this was my favorite song, but I'm sitting there fighting with myself when I was making this list. I got a couple of those on here too, particularly one artist that will come up here before too long.
Gotcha.
But my next joint though, uh, I don't even know if you even heard it or even knew that he put out another album. But you probably did because you dig deep in the hip hop scene. But I'm gonna take it back to one of my favorite um, throwback guys, which
Mm.
I've mentioned on several shows on several occasions. And shout out to my guy Diamond D, man. Diamond D
Yeah.
put out a joint, man. It had a joint with had Tech, Reef, Hustle, and Shy on it.
Yeah.
Off
Dime
the
Piece 3.
yeah, the Dime Piece Three joint. He had a joint called Hyenas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that joint, man. Instantly, I said, yeah, D, this is the D I know right here. So that instantly, when I heard it, I was playing it over and over and over again. I kept hitting the button with the remote while I was sitting here. And over, and I said, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So got the roll with Diamond D and Hyenas.
Very fair. Very fair. All right. Let me go off the board a little bit. When this album dropped, as soon as this album dropped, people were like, "Oh, this might be album of the year. Oh, this album right there with the clips." I was like, "This album dope, but y'all gotta relax a little bit. Just relax a little bit, cause
You know how folks do.
yeah, exactly. We know how folks do, and they definitely did it with this one. But the album is dope. Like it's a dope album. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It's Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist again. The Alchemist, man, he's up for MVP. He was in that running for MVP
No
of
question.
2025 as well. I'm going with Ensalada. Ensalada with dang
I know what you're talking about.
Freddie Gibbs
Mm-hmm.
and the Alchemist. Anderson .Paak on the hook.
Nice, nice, nice. Dope. Few couple of names that you hear throughout this joint. It's the two names for sure, Nas and the Alchemist. Like,
Mm-hmm.
all over. Had their imprint, their hands all over. Primo too. All over 2025. But
True.
My next joint at number 8 though, I thought you was about to mention this person. I was like, I didn't know if Source was a fan of this dude for real. I know some people not, because some of his music to me is dope, and some of it can be a hard listen. I'm like, I kind of make myself like it. And when you were
Mm-hmm.
talking about an artist putting out like 4 projects or multiple projects, I was like, darn, Source really about to go there, but you didn't. You didn't. The artist I'm talking about is Dave East, right?
Mm.
The Dave East. I got a love hate relationship with Dave East because when I hear a Dave East joint, I usually either love it or I'm not crazy about it.
Right.
A lot of stuff that I really like, and you got some things I listen to, I'm like, I could have done without those couple of tracks. You know what I'm saying? But Dave is dope in his own right. It is what it is. He had several projects. I think between mixtapes and some other things, he had at least 4 or 5 projects he was on in 2025. He went hard. But he was on a joint. He got a joint called it was Havana. And I think it was on the Karma. I think it was the Karma 4 joint. That was on that was pretty dope. Beat dope. He actually spit some fire on that, and he's already hard at work in 2026. I think he got another single out. So, but that Havana joint with Dave East was fire to me. So that's what I'm rocking with.
Yeah, I'm not a like.
I think you got the Final Call joint with Ransom. So, yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not a big Davies guy. Not because he can't rhyme or anything. Nothing to do with really his rhyming. It just like some people like you can't like everybody. You can't love
Yeah.
everybody. So he's just not a person that I gravitate towards.
Right.
But always got to shout him out because he used to play at University of Richmond.
Richmond. Yeah.
So we gotta always show the love to Davies. Plus, he did a great job in the Wu Tang
For sure.
series as Method Man. So
I'm about to run that back soon. I was football season coming to an end, and I was like, I need to run the Woo joint back again, or should I go ahead and get in my long drag out uh, joint with the wire, which I run that back, you know, every so often as well.
mm,
So might do the Woo joint first. Check out Dave East and them because it's gonna be short. I'll be able to watch it, then jump back into the wire after that. But yeah,
that's not bad. I'm gonna have to do that Wu joint too. I just started Lioness. I needed a show separate from my wife, and we already watched Lioness together. So I had to go ahead and
we
get
might have to
Lioness
check that on the
locked in.
cool. I might have to check that out. Last one I watched was his and hers, but I got you.
Wait, you've never watched Lioness,
No,
bro? Watch it.
I think
Promise you.
I saw part
Promise
of
you.
Lioness, and I think I knew I was gonna jump into it, but I never jumped back into it. But I got you.
Don't. It's only 2 seasons.
Yep.
Yeah, watch that joint, bro. Watch that. That's fire. All right. So let's see. My last joint was Freddie Gibbs. So we went to the Midwest a little bit. Let's slide. You know what? Nah. You mentioned VA home team earlier. So let's bring it back to the Clips. I always say the Clips, even though their name is Clips, but
Yeah.
the Clips is what it is. Quite possibly the hardest song to start out an album in
Mm,
I don't know how long.
for sure.
The Birds Don't Sing
Woo, woo,
is
woo, woo, woo.
crazy.
That don't hit you like everywhere when you first hear everything about that song.
Yes, sir.
Your heart,
Man,
your chest, like your head, like it hits you.
that joint set off the album and led to the album of the year. So I'm
Woo.
going with The Birds Don't Sing.
Man, that joint is heavy. It's heavy,
Yeah,
especially if you got a lot on your mind. That joint is heavy.
for sure.
Yeah. So we're up to number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9, gotta take it back to my man Nasir Primo and the Light Years joint. It's that nasty Esco Nasir.
Ooh, that joint fire. That
Yeah,
joint fire.
yeah. Got to rock with that. Got to rock with that.
That joint fire. For real. All right. Let's see. Let me go back because I kind of wrote mine down
What up, Mo?
for the most part in the order that they dropped for real. Like a lot of these, but so I'm just jumping around the list. But let me go back near the top and see what I can find. The first song that I have that I haven't mentioned as of yet, or you haven't mentioned, is Back to West Side Gun. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
man, West Side Gun again.
Mm.
This one I didn't really. Heels Have Eyes one. It was really short and it was fine, but when he dropped that Egypt remix with Doechii,
Okay.
that
Yeah.
joint go crazy.
Yeah.
That joint go crazy. So I'm going with Egypt, West Side Gun featuring Doechii on the remix.
Nice. Nice. I was getting ready to ask you, had you seen any of the movies, but I already know, I know the answer to that. I just thought about it. I haven't really watched them either, but just you said the hills have eyes. I was like,
Yeah,
nah,
that ain't me. That ain't me.
I'm a horror freak, and I really ain't into the joints. Like some of the joints is too crazy, but
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. But nice pick though, dog. Nice pick.
word.
So for me at number 10, you didn't mention Freddie Gibbs a couple of times already, and we didn't mention The Alchemist a whole lot. So I had to run with it, and it'd be that 1995.
Woo.
That 1995 for me was a joint that clung to me that I was rocking with. So off that Alfredo 2. So
Word, word, word. All right. Let me close my eyes and pick one. Close my eyes and pick one. All right, I'm tripping. I can't close my eyes and pick one. Look, this album I actually have as my number two favorite album of 2025.
okay.
This I have three songs on my list from this album. I don't know if I'm going to use all of them in my 20, and I don't know if I'm going to 25 or not. We'll see. But I love all three of these songs. Let's go with Conway the Machine, The Painter. Let's go with The Painter.
Okay.
Oh,
Think about that, but that is fine.
uh,
Okay.
yeah, that album is crazy. That album is crazy, crazy. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. All right. So what does that take me at number 11? I'm gonna circle back again because I can. And do I love the boot camp? Of course I do. Smith and Wesson. I'm going back to the Infinity album. Heard About Me with Sean Price, Maverick
Yeah.
Saber. Yeah, I had to slide it in there. If they own it, I'm gonna listen. And
Rest
it
in
wasn't a
peace.
hard listen to try to force myself to say I like this song. I really like this song.
Yeah. Funny enough, I messaged Bernadette Price, rest in peace, Sean P. I messaged Bernadette Price yesterday, to reach out to see if she'd be interested in pulling up. So we'll see. See if
Okay.
she pull up. Because for some reason, I haven't had a single woman on Beach Site for Wednesday
Right.
or on Sessions with Source as an interview guest.
Right.
I've tried, but it's still zero, so I haven't tried hard enough, regardless of you know, if I made the effort or not. It hasn't been done, so I got to make it happen one way or the other, and
Word up.
that's the plan, ASAP. All right, my next joint. Shout out to my guy. Um, I rock with him on TikTok. Happy for real. He's in the same lane that I am when it comes to creating content. We both want more hip hop content on TikTok, and he is big on that. He has a show called Apathy Radio that he does every Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Guest appearances from MC Surge,
I saw Search. Yeah.
Mike Geronimo, Copyright, Marv One, Ryu. It's been a whole list of folks that I pulled up on the show.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped an album called Mom and Dad last year.
Mm-hmm.
So the most fire joint on that album is Mom and Dad. So I'm going with Apathy, Mom and Dad. Dope joint.
Nice, nice. Yeah, after be getting it in too. I've been peeping him here recently. He be getting it in, especially with the guests, man. And
Yeah.
playing tunes too. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. So as you see that?
What's that?
Big Mo. Talking about the Egypt joint.
Oh, hey, I'm not sure, huh? That's the Egypt remix. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that joint crazy, right? That joint
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yes indeed. Yes indeed.
And she jump in and she mimics West Side Gun's flow. That just makes it more fire, for real.
No doubt. All right. What do I flow through? So number 12. I gotta stick with the home team too. VA 2 up, 2 down.
Mm.
Clips, baby. POV. And Tyler, the Creator. And it's crazy enough because I know he's a genius. I'm not a big Tyler, the Creator guy.
Right, right.
Yeah, a lot of reasons. You talking about people saying crazy stuff. You go back to some of Tyler's early stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't rocking with it, and everybody
Yeah,
was all on it. I couldn't get with it, but I
yeah.
give props for props too. So I wrestled with myself, but I had to be true to myself. I like the joint, so I said I ain't gonna punish because Tyler on it. I mean, Tyler do his thing, but
Yeah,
song dope.
he got busy on that joint, no
Yes,
doubt.
he did. He did. So
Since you brought it up, I'm going. I'm going two things. One, I'm going to give this song. Two, I'm going to mention another song, but with a caveat. So the song I'm coming with is off the same album, Clips, but I'm going with FICO featuring Stove God Cooks. Now, I want to bring up this other song right now because it's Stove God Cooks. If you watch Joe and Jada, then you may have seen an episode with Stove God Cooks where he plays a song.
okay.
Now, this song is probably a couple years old. It was actually released on something on a mixtape, I believe, in 2024, which is why I'm not even including it. But if there's a song that I played a million times last year, it is Marvin Gaye. I played that song. I literally played that song 25 times in a row one time, like 25 times without playing another song. It was one night, played it over and over, went somewhere, played it over and over, got there, rode home, played it over and over, got back home, ate some food, played it over and over. Crazy. I don't even do that. Like, I don't even play songs over and over like that. But
Like that.
yeah, that was
That's
my
when you
joint.
know. That's when you know.
Yeah, man.
Nice. Nice. What's up? 13.
Yeah.
13. First time we mentioned this guy today, and granted, he'll never make anything like his the classic debut that he had.
Yeah.
But no matter what album it is, he's always gonna have at least a couple of cuts that's gonna no matter how I feel about the album, it's gonna be a couple of cuts on the album that I'm gonna be like, oh, I like that joint. That joint fire.
Right. True.
So the artist I'm talking about made an album called The Emperor's New Clothes.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be Raekwon. The Mac and Lobster joint with him and Ghost.
Ah.
Woo, woo. Yeah, certain things, certain songs is kind of, I don't want to say they special to me. May not be everybody's hits, but they always have them couple of joints to me that's just probably doper to me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I would like back when, Ghost, everybody else was jumping off the other songs on the album, but when I heard Camé, I said, that's my joint, man. Like, people like, that's your family. That's my joint. Camé is my joint. Mac and Lobster kind of hit me the same way. When I first heard the album, first of all, the title was catchy. I love Mac and I love Lobster. But you expect them to come with stuff like that. But everything about that song was just like, yeah. Run that back. Yeah. Run that back. And that was the joint for me off the Emperor's New Clothes. So Mac and Lobster on the Raekwon joint.
Word. I did not expect you to say one. I don't know why. I should have expected that, but that's not what I was expecting. I knew you were saying Raekwon. As soon as you started talking, I knew you were talking about Raekwon, but
there's a couple other joints and they could have got it, but that's my joint though.
Okay.
I had to be true to myself and put it out.
No doubt. All right, let's go back. Well, we in Staten Island. When we talk about Raekwon, there's a connection to Queens and the Mob Deep.
Mm-hmm.
Mob Deep dropped an album last year. Rest in peace, P. They dropped Infinite last year, produced by Havoc and Alchemist again. I'm going with this single, and again, first heard on Joe and Jada. They play them joints, and it leads off the album. It's Mob Deep Against the World.
Got to have it, bro. Got to have it. Nice pick.
Yeah.
Nice pick. Now, I want to go play that joint right now.
Yes, sir.
Nice pick right there. All right. 14. Number 14 for me. Got to give a shout out to another old school artist, one of my favorites, guy who made one of my favorite hip hop albums of all time. He didn't make that in 2025. He made that one back, in '88. But still, I love this because I didn't have to force myself to get him on the list just because of who he was. I think the song is absolutely crazy fire,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't hurt. You've got the 2025, and so I say MVP on the record as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shouting out my man Slick Rick off the Victory album, the joint he did featuring Nas. It's a joint called Documents.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's the one.
love that joint, man. I'm telling you, I love Documents, man. So I always find a way to play that joint every chance I get. So thanks, Slick Rick did his thing on that joint, man. But yeah, Documents for number 14 for me.
No doubt. If I had 26, 27 on my list, that
Yeah,
would have been in there.
yeah.
It definitely would have been there. I considered it for the list, but I went elsewhere. But yes,
You
dope,
know it's
dope,
dope.
dope.
Like I say, Source, when it's something that you love, that's because somebody's one of your favorites. Sometimes we just try to give them the benefit of the doubt and slide them in. I didn't
Yeah,
have to slide that in. That joint just, I love the song.
no doubt. That
So,
joint hard. Hard body joint. All right, let's see where we going here. I think most of mine are gonna be repeats at this point. Actually, no, I got one more. Well, it is a repeat because the guest appearance is Clips. JID, Jid
woo,
Community
woo,
featuring Clips.
woo,
Malice gave us one of the best verses of
woo.
2025 on that
Did he?
joint.
Did he?
So had to get that in there. Shout out to JID.
Nice, nice, nice joint right there. What a year JID's had. Um, Next up for me at 15, again, we got Mobb Deep and the Alchemist and Clips. Look at me.
Mm,
Look at me off the Infinite joint. Yeah, yeah.
I
Got to have
like
it.
it. I
Got
like
to
it.
have it.
It honestly, I ain't gonna lie. It could have been most of the song. I could have done 20 and had 10 of the joints off Cliff's album and
Hmm.
and been okay. I would have been okay. You had to spread the love out a little bit though. Spread the love. Although I've mentioned Clips multiple times
Oh, for sure.
up to this point, so it is what it is. It's got to be like that. It's got to be like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see us. Well, oh, I'm going back to Conway the Machine one more time. And bricks is 17.5 again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo, that's that fire.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm
On
gonna
my
have to
swing back,
real.
swing back is probably would be a surprise to you that I'm putting it out there because this artist, first of all, it said years ago that he was retired and he was done with making music because he's making so much money in cars, and I think he's got businesses, real estate, all this stuff going on.
Hmm.
And he's always on live, especially on Instagram, talking like daily, smoking trees and talking just to be wilding sometimes.
Right.
But he's like one of the smoothest. If it's possible to wild out smoothly and chill, this is the guy. Never been one of my favorite artists, but the guy that admit years ago he had a couple of bangers, especially the folks down south would know. But I'm gonna take it back to the kid Slim Thug, the
Ooh.
supposedly retired Slim Thug years ago. He had a joint with another legend down south, Lil Kiki,
Mm-hmm.
and had a joint called "Hand on the Grain." I think it was like the double, it's a double up two, I think it is. He did a couple of projects anyway, that year, but that hand on the grain joint, classic Slim Thug, is what it is. Wasn't one of my faves at first, but the more and more I heard it and listened to it, it's so catchy. And I find myself, you know, spitting it every now and then when I'm not trying to do it.
Right.
So I got to put it in there. So shout out to Slim Thug and Lil Kiki, hand on the grain.
Okay. That's what's up. All right. Let's see where we at with it. Where we at with it? Uh, I'm going back to Ransom. Actually, I'm going back to Ransom. This time, off the album with Conductor Williams, Late Replies. It's reminiscent to me. It feels like Song Cry. At least the hook feels like Song Cry,
Right.
but it's its own thing. It's its own thing, and it's not specifically related to that, like the same topic. I just love that joint. I think that's a fire song. It's my
Right
favorite joint
on.
for their project. So going Late Replies.
Nice. Nice. All right. So where am I at? Number 17. Surprised we got this far without mentioning it. And then again, but I don't know if it's one of your favorite joints, but the Light Years album. The Light Years album, once again, Nas out there with the person he knows very well. He's done a ton of projects with. You can make your own mixtape with just the two of these on the amount of songs they've done together. But him and Nas and AZ, man, my story, your story. They both get busy. AZ really spit like the vibe, the flow, the togetherness on this song is, to me, honestly, I know some people that are deep in hip hop will say, man, you crazy. But outside of Life's a B, this is probably now my second favorite song they've done together now. And
Really?
they've done quite a few.
Wow.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I got a whole mixtape that I had to add this song to when it came out because they've done so much together.
Right.
But honestly, yeah. Outside of Life's a B, my story, your story is my second favorite collab by them, and I think the song is fire.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think Primo did an excellent job on that production.
Word. All right. Let's see. Do I want to stick with that album? I do have one more song from that album that I could slide in the mix for sure. You know what? Let's go with it. I'm going Writers, bro. I'm going Writers.
Whew.
Writers is
Yes, sir.
crazy.
Yes, sir.
See, this goes back. I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna go off on this, but this goes back to the people who, you know what? Everybody had their opinion. I'm gonna leave it at that. Writers is my song. I ain't even gonna do it.
There it is.
Woosah.
There it is. Next up for me, I'm coming out of left field like I did with the Diamond D joint. And I'm going to keep it in the same vein. I'm going to keep it in the same family. It's my guy, man. Lord Finesse.
I thought you were saying him earlier.
Yeah, you thought about Lord Finesse the first time. Lord Finesse put out the SB 1200 project. And you've heard some of the beats before and some of them you haven't. But the lo-fi cinema joint that it starts off with at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
it's just instrumental. It's just music. But he nails it. Like, it's just doing what he does. He's a DJ. He's not just an MC. He's a DJ. He's a beat maker. And just like one day, I'm just gonna go ahead and mess with some beats. Some of them I didn't play before. I'm gonna add a little something to them. Some I'm gonna make some new stuff with the SP12. So, and that's what he did. So, no lyrics needed on this one. It's just a vibe. So the lo-fi cinema joint for me.
Dope choice. Dope choice. All right. What we got? I got three spots left.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna pressure myself. I may end up using the rest of my list since we both had multiple songs.
Yeah.
On our list, and I had a couple extras. I'm going back. I'm going back to Conway the Machine one more time. Otis Driftwood.
Ooh.
Produced by
Yeah.
VA's own J.R. Swifts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another dope.
Nice.
The fact that Conway had the audacity to drop that album on the same day as Nas and Primo was wow.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, it's my second favorite album of the year, so can't be mad at him.
Nice. All right. So number 19 for me, I'm gonna take it back to the chef himself, Ray, on the Emperor's New Clothes. It's the joint with Ghost and Meth together with him on it, the 600 School joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run with the 600 School. All
Okay.
right.
2, 3, 4, 5. I think I only have like 4 songs left on my list, to be honest.
Okay, go run with it.
I'm going back to De La. De La
Yes,
Soul.
sir.
Arguably my favorite song, maybe my second favorite on the album, going back and forth with Run It Back. And that is Patty Cake. Patty Cake is
Mm-hmm.
so conceptually dope. And the way it was written, it's just
Yeah.
it's a deep, meaningful song. Like it's a thoughtful song, which the whole album is. But yeah, Patty Cake. I'm going with Patty Cake.
No doubt, man. You can't help but love everything about Daylight, man. You know,
Yes, sir.
everything, the longevity, everything they've been through musically, how active they stay. Man, I love seeing DJ Maceo. Maceo, you know, he goes live a lot spinning records, but shout out to my guy, DJ Jazzy Jeff, because he's with Jazzy Jeff a lot when
Mm.
Jazzy runs a lot of the sessions from his crib.
Yeah.
Jazz, you told the stories about your cousin and everything that he's done and how he told us how things are done down there. I love the vibe that Jazzy has because he sets up these sessions. Like, let y'all know such and such 4th of July. Listen, I'm gonna have da 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 da. He'll have like 4 or 5 DJs through the course of the day, and they will run for hours at his
Hmm.
crib.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He in there cooking food and all that, and they in there DJing, and he has uh he has Maceo a lot. He comes through there a lot and goes in and spin and does his thing, man. So um shout out to Jazz, but shout out to Dayla. You know, shout out to Maceo as well though.
Man, let me hit Maceo up. I'm glad you said that.
Always a groove, man. He spent it all. The hip hop, you know, he mixed in the soul. He's dope with it. Definitely dope with it.
I'm gonna hit Maceo up right after the show.
Yes, sir. Love
Good,
watching that dude spin.
good call.
All right. So that put me at 20. And I could have went a bunch of different ways, but you mentioned JID. So I'm gonna go with the GZ joint.
What's
That's
the
what
name?
huh?
What's the joint?
GZ, GZ, whatever, how it's pronounced it, GZ.
I need to see it. That's crazy.
Yep.
All right, that's your number 20. That's 20?
That's
Okay.
20 for me.
All right. So if I'm being official, 1, 2. You said that one. I did that, and that. Just did that, did that, did that. Didn't do that. Did that, did that. Oh, 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 it's right here. Mob Deep. Taj Mahal.
Oh, for
That's it.
sure.
That's it.
For sure. And I actually could have swapped out a couple of these and had that and maybe 2 other mob joints on there because
Yeah.
that what is it, the MOBB joint?
Yeah. The
It's
M
my
stuff.
joint featuring Big Noy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I easily could have made my joint. They played off the Jimmy joint.
Yep.
And I had that down in my bottom when I was looking. I was sorting out to get to 20, and it's right there. Just like the writer's joint that you had was, and I also had earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, the EBITDA. I had EBITDA floating around in there too. I
Yeah.
just didn't put them in there, but yeah, yeah. So,
And I had uh I Still Love Her,
yep,
Freddie Gibbs and
Freddie
the
Gibbs.
Alchemist. I kind of want to still put that on my list. I Still Love Her, and I think the only other song, no, I may have 2. I Still Love Her, Chaos is My Ladder, which is
Mm-hmm.
another Ransom joint, and Rock Marciano and Premier Armani section. Those are the 3 songs I have left. And
Dag, yeah, I Rock Marciano.
yeah, I'm gonna put I Still Love Her on my list. Just I feel like it should be on there,
Yeah, that's
even
this
if just because
Shangri-La
it's
joint.
tight.
Yeah, that Shangri-La joint kind of floated around with me too. Over on
Yeah.
the Gibbs joint.
Hmm.
Yeah, I kind of like that. But um, Nice.
Yes,
Nice.
sir.
Nice. So I guess we can run through our list again. I'm gonna run through mine and then you run
Okay,
through yours.
got you.
All right. So let's start. So out of my 20 of my favorite hip hop songs that came out in 2025, started out with the Chandeliers joint on Let God Sort 'Em Out. All right. Straight out, straight fire clips.
Yep.
Number two, I came out Nas and Primo on the Light Years album, Pause Tapes. Fire. Number three was Medina on the Smith and Wesson album
Medina,
featuring
Medina.
Pharaoh Monch. Straight fire. I know, like I said, I know those sources joined as well. Number
Mm-hmm.
four, I took it to my man, old school artist Kwame. He had an album called The Different Kids. I went, Hello, Anybody. If you ain't heard it, check it out. To me, it's a groove, it's a vibe. I like it. Number five, De La Soul with the Sunny Storms. Number six, On My Soul, once again with Smith and Wesson, featuring Strickland and Buckshot. Number seven, my guy Diamond D. He had a few guest appearances, Tech and Reef, and Shy on that. They went with Hyenas.
Yeah.
Number eight was Havana by Dave East. All right. Number nine, I went with Nasty Esco Nasir. That's Nas and Primo. Number 10, I went with 1995. That's Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist. Number 11, I went with Heard About Me. Once again, Smith and Wesson featuring Sean Price and Maverick Sabre. Number 12, I went with POV. It's Eclipse Tyler, the creator. Number 13 was Mac and Lobster. That's Raekwon and Ghost off the Emperor's New Clothes album. Number 14, Straight Fire. I went with Documents. That is Slick Rick featuring Nas.
Yes, sir.
Number 15, Look at Me. It's Mobb Deep in The Alchemist and Eclipse. I ready to go play that too. Number 16, Hand on the Grain. That's Slim Thug and Lil Kiki. Had to shout out to South a little bit there.
For sure.
17, My Story, Your Story. That's Nas and AZ with Primo on the production. Number 18, Lo-Fi Cinema by Lord Finesse. 19 was 600 School by Raekwon featuring Ghost and Meth. And number 20 was J.I.D. The song is called GZ. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Yep.
Tough list.
Yep.
Tough list. Love that. I added another song to my list. I had to do it
Okay.
because it should have been on there. I'll say it at the end. It would be my last song. All right. So I have 22. Now I'll run through them. I got Ransom and Primo, Amazing Graces, Nas and Primo, Bouquet, Exhibit, Play This at My Funeral, Larry June, 2 Chains, and Alchemist, Jean Prouvé, De La Soul featuring Nas, Run It Back, West Side Gun and Sky Zoo, Aunt Gina, Freddie Gibbs and Anderson Paak, Enchilada, got Clips, John Legend on the hook, The Birds Don't Sing, West Side Gun with Doechii on the remix, the Egypt remix.
Yes, sir.
Got Conway the Machine, The Painter, that's crazy. Apathy, Mom and Dad, Back to Clips, FICO, Stove Guy Cooks on the hook. I got Mobb Deep Against the World, JID, as you mentioned earlier, featuring Clips, Community. I've got Conway the Machine, 17.5, Ransom on the Conductor Williams album, on the Ransom and Conductor Williams album, Late Replies.
Mm-hmm.
Got Nas and Primo again with Writers. back to Conway the Machine, Otis Driftwood, De La Soul, Patty Cake, Mobb Deep, Taj Mahal, and then my extra two are Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist, I Still
Mm.
Love Her, and Smith and Wesson, Beautiful Trip.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Nice. Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
That's
man.
dope. And I'm sure once we get off the house, I could have added this or put that as a couple,
Right.
be honest with you, that's one of the easiest lists that I made. Because, you know, as we mentioned before, a lot of the other shows that we've done is songs that we've heard hundreds of times. You see what I'm saying? Like over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
These 2025 songs are still fresh and new, even though we might have, you know, listened to them, you know, quite a few times, but it's a little different. So making this list for me was pretty easy. It was pretty easy.
And fun. I enjoyed. I enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
that definitely was fun. That's definitely was fun. So what we'll do here soon, sometime soon, we'll be over on Sources page, over on TikTok, and I guess most likely would probably be a Wednesday evening. And we will break down. We're going to do a little different this time. Normally, we debate back and forth about making a tape and narrowing it down to a certain number. That we're going to do with this one is, since some of these songs are still kind of fresh, I think we're going to both pick at least our best 10, our favorite 10,
Yeah.
and we'll make a 20 song mixtape. So he'll pick his 10 out of his list. I'll pick my 10 out of my list, and we'll just make a tape that way. So I think that's the best way to do 2025.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So won't be that much really any fighting between me and him. It's a fight with ourselves. I gotta look at that.
I'm not even gonna look at my list until we do the show. I'm not even gonna keep looking at it. I'm just gonna let it be what it is, and then when we do it, then I'll look at it.
Word up, word up. So I appreciate it. That was fire. Anything else we need to add about this, my man?
Nah, man, we did it, man. Great year in hip hop, 2025. Dope albums from younger artists, dope albums from older artists. This is the year that people will point back to and say all the veterans came back outside, even though everybody was outside in, you know, 23 because of the year, the 50th year of hip hop. And then 24 was more of that, not as much as this. This was the year where everybody was out here doing their thing, and hopefully it'll be more of that in 2026. Matter of fact, well, not an old school artist, but we got J. Cole coming up next month, and that's a good way to start out when we're talking
Oh
about
yes.
hip hop albums for
Oh
2026.
yes. Oh yes. I need my guy Jay to go out and run this thing.
Yeah,
Forget what all them people talking, man. Um, Mo said he did mention earlier. I meant to put it. He did mention the Busta Rhymes joint. He says 2 to 4 bangers, and the rest is mid. I'll be honest with you. I've listened to the Busta album maybe one time.
because them joints won't even like they.
Yeah,
It was like they weren't even released for real. Like,
yeah.
but I've never heard. I've heard Busta say Dragon Season
Mm-hmm.
over maybe the years, but I just happened to fall into the first
Me
Dragon
too.
Season. I was like, "What is this?" And then next joint. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, I let them go be.
all the other people we knew, even the old school artists, there was some type of build up. We knew, you know.
Yeah,
Kwame was putting out
Kwame
a
definitely.
minute that I'm coming, it's coming, it's coming. You know, I'm doing this. You know, Slick Rick, I knew was coming.
Yeah, of course,
You know,
the Mass Appeal run.
yeah,
All them joints. We knew them joints was on the
yeah.
way.
The Buster
Then
joint, I really didn't know till it was here.
yeah,
Man. So, and that's crazy for an artist as much as respected as Buster and what he's meant to the game. But you know, just crazy in today's era of everything, social media and everything. That
as much as Busta is on Instagram too.
yep. And also the end of that most said appreciate y'all. Appreciate
No
y'all
doubt.
doing your thing, man. Y'all putting me on. We appreciate you, and it ain't gonna stop. So I'm saying it ain't gonna stop. We got
Can't
more. We got more hip hop mixtapes. We gonna make. We got some other things we gonna talk about probably soon tier two. But we got more mixtapes to make for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, so we're not gonna stop there. And like I said, football season is winding down, so we got plenty of opportunity to do all that. So that's it. So, but that's 2025, y'all. We will be letting you know, I guess, in the SBP over on Facebook when we're going to do our joint. We got narrowed down. Most likely, I guess, would probably be a Wednesday. I don't know if it's going to be this week or the following week. We will let you know.
Yep.
If you want to know, keep up with us. I also have it on my personal Twitter page, the Sports Bar Kingpin. That's Prime SBK. You better find me over on X. But you also found us in the group as well, like we always say, the SBP. Just come through Facebook. We'll post it there, let you know where we're going to be at over on Sources page, and we'll get it done. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. But until next time, boys, we out of here. So
Get ready for these games. Get ready for these games.
For sure.